gentlemen, Jimmy Wanjigi is currently among the most vocal in this country. To where I rank him right now, he's above Kalonzo Musyoka as far as the information and opposition is concerned. Jimmy Wanjigi has been raided by the police in his home. Despite they could not find him, a lot of destruction actually occurred according to him. Jimmy Wanjigi, this is not the first time he's facing government hunt. This is another time actually after about 6 or 7 years. Now, therefore, Jimmy Wanjigi right now is being talked to by everyone across the country. The raiding, the drama, whatever happens with the police is not what I'm concerned with right now. It is what he's saying as far as the former President Uhuru Kenyatta is concerned and the current President William Samoei Ruto is concerned. Now, there are two things that caught my attention. Actually, one, but I want to approach it in two ways. This issue, it is a president being jailed, going through a court process, and then being sentenced to a certain period in jail. Now, is it possible that in the current generation we are living right now, the kind of systems we have, is it possible that we can take a president to court and finally get jailed in court? Who takes responsibility to some things that happen in government, particularly the issues that Wanjigi was raising? Now, Wanjigi seems to be very sober in what he's saying. He seems to be having details on every aspect that he's talking about. Excuse me. So do you think that Wanjigi is right by saying that President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto currently they should be facing a jail term? Now, why I'm asking these questions? Jimmy Wanjigi revealed one thing about I want to talk about here today. The issue to do with death. The death of the country. One thing that we must admit as a country, that one thing that is troubling Kenya right now is the amount of money that was borrowed during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's time and slightly about William Ruto's time. But the one that is hurting more, it is what Uhuru Kenyatta borrowed. The questions that Kenyans are raising, what did the money do? If the money, actually, people are even asking, if it was borrowed, how much was it? What did it do? When is it supposed to be returned? And was it correctly used? According to Jimmy Wanjigi, most of the money that was borrowed by Uhuru Kenyatta did not arrive Kenya. Did not do most of the things that it's supposed to do as a loan. There are conditions for a loan to be borrowed, and I'm going to capture that in our next video, particularly when money is borrowed, what it should do and how it should do it. But in this case here, I want to talk about specifically the issues that Jimmy Wanjigi raised. Jimmy Wanjigi said the money was not, some of the money like Eurobond did not arrive Kenya. There's no constructive or project that can be traced as far as the money is concerned, and that the money is stashed somewhere abroad with some of these Kenyan bigwigs who are currently not in power. So which means Uhuru Kenyatta's time, during his time, a lot of money was stolen by his team and him and then kept somewhere abroad. So this money went to individuals' pockets, and that money now is being paid back by the Kenyan taxpayers' money. So therefore, according to you, does this qualify this gentleman being jailed? Now, also, according to me, this kind of amount that was taken by Uhuru Kenyatta as a form of loan, it was a huge amount of money that could have made a significant impact in the country. But based on what we are seeing, yes, the roads were made, electricity were connected, Kenyans were connected to electricity across the country, but based on what it should be achieving, probably according to me, it didn't really hit where it's supposed to hit, because that amount of money that was borrowed, it was so huge. Now, therefore, Jimmy Wanjigi is raising as one of the closest people to this man, and it's very clear in his mind that this guy should be in jail. Why? The first reason that he's raising is this. First, Uhuru Kenyatta surpassed the loan limit that was supposed to happen during his time. He went ahead by more than actually 4 trillion. That means Uhuru Kenyatta right now, by surpassing the amount of money that he was supposed to borrow, he should be in jail, because that is going against the law, and that is criminal according to Jimmy Wanjigi. This has been clear in most of the platforms that he has been going and saying all these things. Also, saying that the money did not arrive in Kenya, tracing the source until the project that it handled in the country, there's a possibility that most of the money was not used correctly. And that means right now, Uhuru Kenyatta still should be serving a jail term, according to Jimmy Wanjigi, based on the expenditure of the money. That means that a lot of money was stolen during his time. Jimmy Wanjigi did not stop there. He went ahead to talk about William Ruto. William Ruto, as we speak currently, there are issues that also has with Jimmy Wanjigi. Before I dissect on the issues of William Ruto, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. Now, Now let me proceed to the topic. Now, William Ruto, according to Jimmy Wanjigi, he should also be facing a jail term. Why am I saying so? As far as the borrowing is concerned, this gentleman he overborrowed. He has borrowed more than what the constitution allows him within this period of 2 years as in power. Therefore, according to Jimmy Wanjigi, he should also be jailed because he has gone against the law. Now, do you think we are at a point a president in power should or can be jailed? Now, if you check critically, some of the things that the Kenyan people have been complaining about is the high taxation that is taking place. And then, this taxation that is occurring, it is basically going to pay debt, most of it. Now, when the revelations of that, like that one of Jimmy Wanjigi come out, that the Kenyan taxpayers are paying this money, yet it is going to fine, it is paying tax, it's paying for the loans, but this money that was borrowed in the form of loans did not do anything, yet it ended up in the individual's pocket. According to Jimmy Wanjigi, the money that was borrowed should be returned by those people who have the money. Therefore, the Kenyans should not pay the money, rather those people stole the money to pay. If the money was truly stolen, Jimmy Wanjigi and that Jimmy Wanjigi is correct, then we should have these presidents coming back, these leaders coming back, and all of them being answerable to the amount of money that they stole from the Kenyans. Because right now, the most painful thing Kenyans are experiencing is the amount of money that is drained from their salaries to go and pay taxes. And it pains a lot if it's realized that this amount of money that Kenyans pay, they are paying, yet it is benefiting someone else. I mean, the loans were taken from abroad, and these loans ended up in the other people's pockets. So this kind of a problem that is being experienced in the country, it can be handled by people sitting down and deciding, now let's have an audit that will show how this money was borrowed, who borrowed the money, how it was used, when it's supposed to be paid, and what is the roadmap to ensure at least this kind of limitations we have. One of the most serious mistakes that Jimmy Wanjigi is raising at this point, it is that the money that was borrowed, it was not supposed to be borrowed because there was nothing that was pressurizing Kenya for us to have the money in the country. But Uhuru Kenyatta decided to force his way to borrow the money and then to allow the money to get stolen. That is the major problem that we have as a country, and right now we have to support Jimmy Wanjigi if whatever is raising, it is true. Because if you look at the projects that we have in the country, yes, we need development projects, but we have the taxpayers' money that we used to raise. Despite having the population raising, the best thing that the government could have done is to take the money, that we raise as a country, have that money used very well, and if there's any deficit, it is borrowed, particularly for development projects that are going to return back and even help in paying the loan, just like the expressway and some other roads are going to start doing so. So therefore, as we talk here today, it is very essential that the government that are in power also embrace good governance, so that the Kenyans can feel that whatever is happening, these gentlemen and women who are in power are accountable. To also just say it here, we need to reach a point now, presidents can feel that when they leave power, they can still be answerable to some of the questions that are hurting Kenyans as we speak, just the same as Uhuru Kenyatta. So therefore, I want to see on the comment section if truly Uhuru Kenyatta should be answerable to such questions or not. If it's also possible, let me see on the comment section if Uhuru Kenyatta should be jailed or not. My name is Abel Mokwa. Kindly keep following the videos that we do here, and please make sure that you subscribe, because that's the best support you can always give this channel. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Please be part of that journey. See you next time. My name is Abel Mokwa once again.